Hello and welcome back to another book vlog. Okay, so before I get into the books, I do want to remind everybody to check out my Goodreads. I do have a Goodreads, and to follow me on Instagram, and you can find my Instagram in the description of this video. So I have to say, I have been having some really great reading luck lately, and March was another great reading month. So we're pretty physical book heavy this month, and I'm just gonna jump right in, and these are just my thoughts on these books. They're off the cuff. And yeah, let's just get started with my first read of March, and that was Funny Story, Emily Henry. So I talked about this book when I did the my February reviews, like March TBR. And originally I had this on my February list, but I moved it to March because it was, I think, the one that I didn't get to in February. And I really liked this book. I thought it was so sweet. And the way, like, it made me want to move to Michigan too. I think that's where it was, Michigan. But I really liked this book, and this is, I mean, Funny Story is accurate, like how they met and their romance, whatever. So I really liked this. I think I gave this 5 stars. Yeah, this was a 5-star read for me. I've heard some people say that they don't like it because the impression they got was that these two are just sitting in their rooms pining over their ex, and I mean, I think that's maybe a little bit true, but it's not how they are the whole book. So I really, really, really liked this. Next, we have Go Luck Yourself, and this is the second book in the Royals and Romance series, and green pages. I read the first one, which is The Nightmare Before Christmas. I think I talked about it in one of my Vlogmas videos. But I read that one and really liked it. I liked this one. I also gave this one 5 stars. I kind of felt a little bit like this book was following the plot of Nightmare Before Christmas a little too much. And specifically, I felt like that about 2/3 of the way through. The last third was a little too like the first book, but I still enjoyed this book. I thought it was cute, and yeah, I would recommend this series for sure. Next on the list, I did read a Kindle book, and it was Beautiful Ugly, Alice Feeney. I gave this book 4 stars. Yeah, 4 stars, and the best way to describe this book is slow burn mystery. Like, it's a mystery, but you kind of, I mean, you know what the mystery is, but you kind of don't. And there were some twists at the end of this book, which I was like, hold on, wait a minute, what? And yeah, I liked this book. It wasn't my favorite book I've ever read. But again, I think slow burn mystery is probably the best way to describe this. It was a little slow, and it was a little slow. Like, I will say that it was a little slow. And I felt like a lot happened in the last parts of the book. But I definitely was, that twist at the end, oh my god, did not see that coming. All right, next on the list was Cleopatra and Frankenstein by Coco, I do not know how to say it, Millers. I DNF'd this one. I did not finish it because I saw a review that there is some animal cruelty, and I don't do animal cruelty, so did not finish this book. Then I also started the Brutal Birthright series by Sophie Lark, And I picked up the third book in this series at the book exchange that I went to. Did not realize it was a series, so while I was flying, traveling, I read these on my Kindle. They're okay. I liked them. Yeah, they're like romancy, mafia type stories. So, yeah, I don't really keep up on like book talk author drama, but apparently there's some drama with this author. So take that with a grain of salt. And again, I don't really keep up. I kind of just read and do my thing. But yeah, the second book, Stolen Heir, I thought was weird, had a weird premise, but I liked the first one. The first one is like a not fake marriage, like arranged marriage type deal, but the second one, wasn't really my jam. So I'll be interested to read the rest of the books in this series and see what I think. Next I read Demon Copperhead, and actually I listened to Demon Copperhead, and my goodness, this book is long. I think the audiobook was 21 hours. So this was a book that kind of depressed me. Like, it felt like nothing good happened, and it was kind of one of these books where, I mean, there's definitely, I don't know if lesson is the right word, but it's definitely like an epic tale. And I mean, everything ends pretty good in the end, but you know, it was kind of one of those things like, oh, well, you know what's gonna happen here. Yep, that happened. What's gonna happen? The worst thing that could happen? Yep, here we go. And so I felt like it was a little predictable in that regard. But yeah, it's a kind of, I guess how it's described as a modern retelling of David Copperfield. And it takes place in Appalachia. So it also has about every stereotype of Appalachia possible in the book. So just a fair warning there. But yeah, I think I gave this 3.5 stars. It wasn't my favorite, but it wasn't terrible. Okay, next, A Court of Mist and Fury. I devoured this book. I loved it. There wasn't one thing I didn't like about this book. This one was very good. More on this later. All right, next I read Bear, Julia Phillips. Yet another book that I did not see the twist coming. This book was just slightly boring. It is about two sisters, and there was a little bit of a weird vibe in this one. And one of the characters, was it Sam, irritated me. She didn't want to do anything to help with the situation in her life. She was a total jerk to someone who was just trying to be kind to her. And yeah, I think I gave this 3.5 stars. So, basically what happens is these two sisters live on an island off the coast of Washington, and they see a bear. Well, Sam sees a bear swimming in the water. She works on a boat, and yeah, it's kind of all about the aftermath of seeing that bear. So, very interesting. This is a very interesting story. Okay, as usual, I'm gonna save my I have two best books of the month this month. So I'm going to save those for the end. And next we're going to talk about Only in Your Dreams, Oakwood Bay #1. Yeah, loved this. 5 stars. Zach is probably maybe my new favorite book boyfriend. And yeah, I thought this book was funny. I really liked it. It was definitely spicy. And yeah, Zach, what can I say about Zach? Okay, he's a little, I don't know. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it. But he definitely, this is like the slowest of the slow burn, pining, all of that. If you like those kind of things. Little bit of fake dating in there, brother's friend, that kind of deal. So I did like this. Yeah, I liked it. I'm gonna leave it at that. I liked this book. I would recommend. The second book in the series comes out, I think this summer, July, and so I'm excited to read it. What do we have next? Oh, another best book of the month. So let me talk about, oh my gosh, I have 3 best books. Is that even fair? Last book, before I get to my favorites, was Twilight Falls, which is the 4th book in Shady Hollow. I've talked about Shady Hollow constantly throughout these videos. So again, these are just cozy little murder mysteries. All the characters are animals. It takes place in Shady Hollow. Definitely give this one a read. This was not my favorite because I kind of guessed. I mean, you always kind of guess where they're going, but this one, the actual mystery was not my favorite. However, I still liked the book and I read it in like a day, maybe 2. So yeah, very cute. Really, really love these books. If you're in a reading slump, they're just kind of fun and they'll get you back into enjoying reading, in my opinion. All right, let's talk about my 3 favorite books this month. First one, Blue Sisters, Coco Mellors. I don't know. If someone knows how to say that, please tell me. But this is about 4 sisters, and obviously their last name is Blue. So there's actually 3 of them. One of them has died. And it's kind of just like their life and navigating, you know, returning home to their family home in New York, and complexities of family, grief, navigating grief, how we process grief, finding yourself, accepting yourself. Hope. I mean, it's just a really, it's a really good book. And yeah, this one just felt very real and felt like a real life thing, and like these could be people that you know, like just walking down the street, or it could be you, or yeah, this was a really good read. I really liked this. Much better than Cleopatra and Frankenstein, I will just say that right now. Okay, then we have my king, Chris Whitaker, We Begin at the End. Holy cow, this book, just like All the Colors of the Dark, which is still probably my best book of 2025, this book destroyed me. It was a little slow, and it's another one of those that, like Demon Copperhead, I was kind of like, oh God, what bad thing is going to happen now? Like, something bad is going to happen. But I really liked this. The main character, her name is Duchess Radley, and she's 14 and 13, I guess. And she considers herself an outlaw because she does some research and finds out that one of her relatives is an outlaw. So she refers to herself as an outlaw throughout the book. Yeah, this one was so good. It was beautiful writing. I think Chris Whitaker is a wonderful writer, so I can't wait to read more of what he's written. But Duchess is also very brave. She's much braver than I am, so she is probably a new favorite character. Again, this is one of those where it takes like basically the whole book to figure out kind of how all the stories weave together. But again, the end, that twist, didn't see it coming. Did not see it coming. And I should have, but I didn't. So highly recommend this book. Easy 5 stars. And last, this is probably the one I was most excited about. And it is Just for the Summer, Abby Jimenez. Again, oh, and it's signed. So I pre-ordered this book from Majors and Quinn, which is her, I guess, local independent bookstore. And I pre-ordered it. This was actually, I'm filming this April 2nd. This was released April 1st. I got it probably March 26th, 27th. And so I waited until March 30th to read it and talk about it you know, after March 1st when it was released. But oh my God, this book is so good. This is another one that feels like real life. Like this is a real situation and things that people go through. And I was just, loved this book. I love basically everything Abby writes. But this one, it just felt so real, and it's like your friend could be going through this. You could be going through this. Like, it's just so relatable. And long distance relationship. I don't know. I'm not really good with the whole trope thing. But this is a long distance relationship. So, and the other thing I appreciated about Abby is she has a little note at the beginning about while all my books are rom-coms, there are still some themes in the story that may be triggering for some readers. So I'm not going to tell you what they are. I mean, there is like dementia, and I think like she and other people who have like talked about and teased this book have like mentioned that that's a theme of this book. So just something to be aware of. I would check those out if you're kind of sensitive to reading things. Okay, on to my April books. So it is April 2nd, and I finished all my books on my March list before the end of March. I finished them March 30th. So I started a little early on my April list. First thing on April, Court of Wings and Ruin. I'm about, let me actually front. I'm on page 447 of like 702, 703. So I'm working through this one. Love, love, love. I like this series a lot. So of course, next on my list to read is A Court of Frost and Starlight and A Court of Silver Flames. I will say though, I'm a little bit irritated. Why does this book have this on the spine and none of the other ones do? I don't like that. Did I get a different like copy or something or edition? Like, why is this one different? I don't like it. So maybe I did. I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure, but that kind of bugs me. It's not gonna look as good on my shelf. It's gonna bug me that that's the only one. Unless, is there a reason it's like that? I don't know. Maybe there is. If there is, someone tell me, because I just clearly don't know. All right. What else is on my list for April? April's going to be pretty Kindle heavy because a lot of books finally became available at the library. Cruel Prince #1, The Cruel Prince, Folk of the Air #1 by Holly Black. I'm also going to start the Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas. Powerless, so the Powerless trilogy #1. Elle Kennedy, I'm going to continue reading the Off-Campus series. The Mistake is #2. Then I have Come Fly With Me by Camille DeMaio. I hope I say that right. Probably not. I'm not good with names. So we have that one on the April list. The Bridesmaid for Hire series by Megan Quinn. I just think Megan Quinn is so funny. So I'm going to read #2, which is Bridesmaid Undercover. And then I'm also going to read #3, which is Bridesmaid by Chance. The Stolen Queen by Fiona Davis. And A Serial Killer's Guide to Marriage by Asia McKay. So that's what we're looking at for April. Super excited to get into reading. I've just been having such good luck reading lately. Like, is my luck gonna run out somewhere? I don't know. I hope not. But I'm almost like nervous to keep like reading because it's like, can it continue to be this good? Can it get better? I don't know. But we're gonna find out. And I will see you guys in a month to talk about if it did, if it got worse, or kind of where we are. So let me know what you're reading. I'm really interested to hear what other people read and, you know, constantly adding things to my list. So thanks for watching. I will see you in a month.